viewers, Ellis
And Zach.
from Two Kids Vids, and today we're going to be reviewing
Abraham Lincoln, the
Vampire Hunter.
Creepy.
I didn't know Abraham Lincoln was a vampire hunter, did you, Zach?
No.
I did think the best American president in history was a vampire hunter. That might be why he was the best one. I mean, I don't remember him freeing any slaves or anything, don't you?
No.
You got a pretty solid vampire cast. You got Benjamin Walker as a very convincing Abraham Lincoln.
Although I've never actually heard of him before. I
I
don't recognise him from any films.
You got Dominic Cooper as Henry, the dude who trains Abraham Lincoln to, to kick vampire ass.
We've never heard.
Tony Stark's dad from Captain America.
We've got the bad guy. I think he's in the trailers. The vampire, played by Rufus
Sewell.
Sewell.
Let's call him Rufus.
Yes,
Call him Rufus as the douchebag vampire who tries fucking everything up.
And a ginger that you start to like but then hate because he's ginger.
He doesn't really matter at all.
Called something Speed, can't remember
Speed,
his name.
probably
Played by
crack.
Jimmy Simpson.
And finally got Mary Todd Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's bride, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, the chick from The Thing and Scott Pilgrim.
Yes, she could have played Gwen Stacy in what's it called?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
That's it. That review's coming up after this one sometime.
We're probably going to mention that in the review somehow. We might forget.
How they acted it was alright.
Yeah, the acting was pretty good. It was convincing for the time.
Yes. I mean, although we don't really know anything about the Civil War except how it was northern states fighting civil states, something to do with slavery
I
thing.
don't think so.
And all knows that the Northerns were.
I didn't even know Abraham Lincoln was involved in that war. I honestly didn't know that.
I know he was around the time, like a few years around, but not entirely sure.
Didn't know Abraham Lincoln was actually part of the Civil War.
No.
I didn't know that because I'm not American.
And we haven't really looked into that stuff. So, oh well. Okay, so now after the screw-ups with all the vampire genre, with the release of all these Twilight films that just make me want to throw up, I'd say this film gives us the boost we need to stop us losing all hope in vampires altogether. Don't you think?
These vampires, they don't sparkle in the sunlight.
No.
They burn.
Actually, they would, unless if you didn't use sun cream, which they do in the film.
They actually bring in the sort of silver works on vampires and so holy water, I think.
I
The
think
holy
so.
water,
Yeah, holy water.
Yeah, I think holy water works in them. And
And a bullet to the brain.
Yeah, that kind of works too, and decapitations and stuff.
Yes.
I mean, when you see Abraham Lincoln swing his axe around, it really feels like he's kicking his vampires' asses.
Yeah. That's because he is.
In the beginning, when you see him, it doesn't feel like Abraham Lincoln killing the vampires. It just seems like this dude named Abraham Lincoln fighting a bunch of vampires.
Kind of like
a top hat.
So it's like Van Helsing taking on this different identity so people don't know it's him. If that makes sense.
That's basically what it is. But later on, when you go to the time skip, you really feel it's Abraham Lincoln kicking vampire ass.
That's because he has the beard at that point.
He has the beard.
Most of the
He's
film,
become president.
Most of the film, before he becomes president, he doesn't have the beard, so it doesn't feel like Abraham Lincoln.
It just feels like this dude with an axe beating the living crap out of vampires with it.
An axe that's tipped with silver and has a nasty surprise.
Ooh,
I'm not going to tell you that.
You're gonna love it when you see it in the film.
We want one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, with the vampires being better than Twilight crap ones, we wanted to say how they had the powers and stuff.
It really brings in the whole old school vampire lore, they can turn into mist and stuff, go around in mist form so you can't kill them.
Yeah, so if they stand in front of you, you're about to stab them, turn to mist, they go behind you.
Really fast and stuff, they've got better reflexes, plus they do, that thing they do in in The Mummy where that dude's mouth goes
They unhinge to the jaw.
Yeah, it looks a lot like that, but only a lot better.
I think that bit's in the trailer, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you see it in the trailer. Yeah.
And they also do the part of going out in sunlight, it hurts them, so you see several of them wear sunglasses.
Bandanas and stuff.
Yeah. At one point you see a poster outside the shops, as I just mentioned before, they wear sun cream.
Which is actually...
It
makes sense. I think I took a bit from Blade. The part in Blade where they do is this sun cream, it works in the sunlight, and it's got the little Asian girl with him. I think they took a bit off that. The only bad thing I can think of with all the fight scenes going around,
Too much slow motion.
way too much slow motion.
Yeah.
The slow motion's awesome and all, but use it too much and the excitement of the fight is just going to go away. So you're going to be like, yeah, he's going to kill him.
Sure,
he's
yeah,
gonna
they make
actually
it
go, nah.
look good and all, but it does make it drag on a little bit.
It starts to get a bit of a grind with all the slow motion. Plus, it doesn't really explain what kind of vampires these are. Are these religious vampires? Are they the genetic vampires? What? Plus, you don't know why the vampires are here and why they're doing this shit. Oh, other than, evil bad guy vampire wants to take over the world, and I guess he can. He's an evil douchebag vampire, and that's the extent of this. Well, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Probably because they didn't explain what the vampires were there for, and that was too much slow motion. It's a good time, and you should go see it if you like vampires.
Yeah.
If you hate Twilight, you will like this. Okay?
Or if you just want the relief from Twilight. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I think it should be a bit better by explaining a few things, like why or how some things happened. But it was good.
It was a good
Fight
film.
scenes were choreographed quite well. And the way it was scripted seemed fairly realistic. Well, as we said, we don't know much about the Civil War, so for all we know, that could have been true.
By the way, we're really sorry about how it's taken this long for us to get some new videos up.
We've been busy.
We'll be piling the videos on in a little while.
I know we'll do the Spider-Man one later on, like today or tomorrow. Later on today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that should be uploaded about the same time.
Should do. So yeah. So yeah.
And tell us what you think of how vampires should be. What you think they should be like. You think they should be more like the ones from this, your classic vampire like Dracula, or Twilight?
Plus, try putting down a few questions below in the comments. Ask us a bunch of questions, because we might do a Q&A video sooner or later.
Fair enough.
Yeah.